Hello and welcome to the Data Explorer's daily video update. So today we're going to be looking at the automobile industry for two reasons. First of all, we have the Detroit Auto Show taking place until the 23rd. And also secondly, China's actually been in the news lately for having held its title for the second year in a row as the world's largest auto industry. In other news, there's been an interesting article in the FT yesterday which talks about how the car-carrying ships exporting and transporting goods over from Europe to China are running at full capacity and unable to fulfill demand. However, looking at China and its booming auto industry, it was artificially enhanced, by the government by adding stimulus, and this has now been scrapped. Additionally, the General Motors China managing director has said that growth in China this year is predicted to be more sustainable. So it'll be interesting to see how this will have an impact on the key global car manufacturers. So first of all, let's have a look at Daimler. Daimler's Mercedes-Benz has been in high demand over in China, and it's actually been seen that the Chinese prefer to import the Mercedes-Benz rather than buy those that have been built in Chinese factories. However, there could be a change in this with increasing costs and bottlenecks down in the cargo areas. So let's have a look at short interest. Short interest has risen since November from 3.8% to 4.6% of total shares outstanding on loan. Looking over at institutional ownership, however, there's been a slight increase of about 13%, and we're currently seeing holdings at 215 million shares. An extra key note just to mention is Daimler has actually increased its stake in Mitsubishi Fuso Truck and Bus Corp, and it'll be interesting to see how investors react to this news. Moving on, let's have a look at Volkswagen. A few years ago, Volkswagen actually said that they aimed to take over Toyota as a market leader by 2018. At the time, it seemed like a ridiculous comment, but maybe more realistic now, given their success over the past couple of years. Volkswagen's actually seen a 114% increase in imports to China over the past year. And this is then followed on into short interest, which has halved over the past quarter and currently stands at about 0.5%. Institutional ownership, however, has seen a slight decrease and currently stands at 4.3 million shares. Finally, looking at the Asian car manufacturers, not a rosy story there. There's been a decrease in demand for cars, for new passenger cars over in Europe, which is where the main markets are for Asian car companies. And also over in China and India, these booming markets are looking for European car companies and cars as opposed to Asian car companies. So looking at Toyota, as a market leader, it was one of the few companies which actually saw a decrease in US sales over the past year. And it saw a very modest growth of about 17% of sales in China. Short interest, it's a very thinly traded stock, currently stands at about 0.3% and not a lot of movement. Finally, looking at another Asian company, which is Mitsubishi, their short interest has increased over the past quarter and is up from 2.8% to 3.6%. To read the full report, please go to dataexplorers.com/news, and thank you for listening and have a great day.